We did it. That was fun.
Hey man,
I didn't want to start the show yet. Let's just dance.
I like the little beats they got from the old 8-bit games. But hello, welcome to Gaming and Culture. This is your host, one of your hosts, Ahman Green and Josh Rose. So last week's show.
We had fun last week.
It was fun, man.
It was a big show.
What was your favorite part about it?
Well, I think the favorite part was having Aaron Davison on. That was awesome. Aaron really never played video games before, and we introduced her to one of the biggest games out there, Fallout.
It is a treat to see reaction.
Yeah.
It is entertainment just to process everything they're going through.
Right.
As they're trying to learn something that's completely foreign to them.
Head up, head down, head side is funny.
Oh, so yeah, that was awesome. And just being on here, you know, with you and getting better and knowing stuff, learning stuff from one another. That's what I take from it. That's what I love doing all the time, learning.
Yeah, and we are. Every episode's new, every experience is different. We get your feedback, we see it in the comments, we see it in the emails, and we adjust, and we're learning, and, you know, we're having a good time with it. It's a good experience, you know, and today's another week. But for people who did not see our first two episodes, they can head over to our webpage, wearegreenbay.com. That's WFRV's website, wearegreenbay.com/game-and-culture. Or just if you go to the homepage, wearegreenbay.com, you'll see on the top tab, Digital Studios. It's right down there. And you can see all the past episodes and different packages we've done.
Yeah, stuff that we're getting better and better every time we get going with this. So, you know, right now we got things coming up that are going to be fun with football. And right now we got Super Tecmo Go, and our guest that's going to be, I guess, Gaming with a Pro this week.
Tonight, this week we're doing Gaming with a Pro. We're changing it up.
So our guest right here, Nate Smithson, he has created the Tundra Bowl that's been around for several years, and I myself have been trying to be a part of this, but just conflicting dates and travel things going on. But they're doing great things over there at the watering hole with the Tundra Bowl. So he will be our Gaming with a Pro. You'll be the noob.
I'm going to be the noob this week.
Much.
I'm going to be the noob this week. See, when Tecmo Super Bowl came out, I was a little tot. And I haven't had the opportunity to invest in one of these NES classics yet. I'm excited. It's so cool. When Nate was on the show, Nate was actually on Local 5 Live a couple weeks ago, and when he was on, I ran into him like, Nate, you have to come on our show. He's like, you talking about game and culture? I'm like, that's the one. You know it. So
hey, that means
we're excited.
Watching.
He was watching. Loyal. I want to do a shout out to some people commenting right now. We got Lance Olson. Lance, what's up, buddy? So good to have you back. He's one of the guys that emailed me, gave us some great feedback. Awesome dude.
Good.
Up in, I think, Marinette. He does some video gaming projects with the Mariner. Shout out there. He says we're off with round 3, and we are episode 3. And also to IMFLO 85. 85. It's a good year.
Yeah.
Saying Tundra Bowl was dope. It's a shout out to you, buddy.
Yeah, that's Flo.
You know who that is?
Chicago, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we had a good show. We're excited. We got some great people hanging out with us. So, you know, let's get to it.
So, like I mentioned, game of the week. Tecmo Super Bowl. Now, this was something that I was playing because you were a tot. You couldn't probably hold your bottle.
No, not at that time. Yeah, we'll say that.
So we'll go down here to man versus man.
Should I move over?
And no, you good. And we picked teams here, and this is 91. Wait, you could come. You good?
You missed the screen. Like Luke Stampy. Here we go.
All right,
using the green screen.
I'm gonna go here to the Raiders because they got a guy.
Okay, you're going Raiders in. I'm gonna go Packers.
By the name of just remember, this is in the 90s.
I know.
Okay?
Yeah, that's
early 90s.
That's true.
Just so you know.
You know what? Hey, I told you I'm the noob this week.
So real quick, it's A. It's only 2 buttons, A and B. A helps you kick the ball. So who's kicking off? That is me. Kicking off. So right, A.
This is fantastic.
Just use the D-pad.
Yeah, let's go.
And you're going, left to right, so you want to use the left
Can I knee
stick.
it?
No, you don't want to knee it. Oh, that is a safety.
No.
You didn't get out the
I didn't
end
even
zone.
get out of the end zone. What is this game? You guys, this is what we're having fun today.
All right, so here, you hit the A button to kick it off, so just watch the meter.
Okay.
And then obviously all the way up will give you a long kick, but in the blue it's a short kick. So hit the A button whenever you're ready.
We're going.
So short kick.
It's an onside. That was my plan because I got a safety.
Ooh, got the blocks. All right.
This is fantastic.
So this is the playbook, and you can see you're on defense, so you're gonna try to stop me. So if you select the same play as me, you will get a blitz. It'll be automatic blitz. So I just gotta see. Oh no, don't call a timeout. Here we go. So I'm picking my play now. All right, and then you pick a direction. That'll be your selection for defense. So up. So hit up or A or B, or it's actually up, down, A, and A. Sorry about that.
I did. Yeah. It's not letting
So hold the up button and then press A. There you go.
Oh, with A at the same time.
Simultaneously.
See, I told you guys I was the noob this week. This was gonna be fun about it.
Oh, see, he picked the right defense because he blitzed me. So good job.
See, I'm hustling you. I know what I'm doing.
All right. So then when I pick, you pick. There you go.
Fast learner. Get ready.
And then as you can run.
What? Where's my defense? Come on. Where's my defense? These guys.
You got tackled.
As we do this, let's talk a little bit about, as we play, let's talk a little bit about the background of Tecmo. So this is actually the second Tecmo Bowl. So the first one is Tecmo Bowl. Sorry,
Tecmo
Super Bowl.
1980.
87. 87. So 1987, the arcade game came out.
Yep.
And then 1989, it actually got moved to the Nintendo console, which is pretty cool. Now, in 1991, it hit the Game Boy, but around then is when the Super Bowl came out. So they already had competition. But
and you say 12 cities.
There's only 12 city teams.
Because of what?
Because of rights.
All right.
So
that's
so
on
this
the classic. That was on the classic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's what we're playing right here.
That out. So we're playing the Super Bowl right now, I think.
Correct.
Right? So on the classic one, it was, 12 city teams. The NFLPA was involved, but not the actual NFL. So the NFL, you could play the original Tecmo Bowl and have the old players, but not the teams. So it was called, you were Seattle, you were San Francisco.
So we got obviously more than what it was running back then, 2 running plays, 2 passing plays. You have 4 running plays and 4 passing plays in this edition. Again, he picked the defense.
Yeah.
So when that happens, like you said, he picks the right defense to get the blitz on. All right, now pick your play. Here we go. Pick your poison.
I got this. I think I played this when I was super tiny. Now I feel like I remember playing this with my grandparents. I ran. Oh no! Stop it.
So to pass the ball, you use A to select the receiver, correct, Nate? Yep. All right, and then B to throw it.
Wait, well, how'd you get 8 points already? Is it just automatic
safety.
2 points?
Safety.
Oh, right.
So I'll help you here. So press the A button until you get onto one of the linebackers.
Okay.
So keep going to the linebackers.
Where am I? There. Oh,
right there.
There we go. Oh,
and then use, I say diagonal in, and then straight line through my placeholder there.
Okay.
And to try to block the field goal.
Yeah,
we'll
see.
So I'm trying to help you out here.
Come on.
There you go. You got to block.
I don't even think my guy went right past you. Well, let's talk about this one for a little bit. Let's talk about Tecmo Super Bowl for a second. Introduce what this one is about. So how Tecmo Super Bowl is different is this one was released in 1991. I'm getting out of the end zone this time.
Yep,
Watch out.
Nice turn there.
And it was the first licensed sports game from the NFL. So this is the first game the NFL said, yes, get us involved in this. We want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So when the NFL got involved, then what happened was they had the players, the NFLPA and the NFL together. And just with that, now you were able to have the full 28 teams. That's why I'm playing the Packers right now. And you're, who are you?
I am the Raiders.
You're the Raiders. The Raiders.
And it was the Packers. Ooh, and I got a fumble because the Packers weren't good in the early 90s,
They
bro.
They weren't. It was a bad choice. It was a bad decision. But I'm a homer, buddy. I'm not a homer. That's not the right word.
No, you're
I'm
right.
loyal.
That's right.
I'm loyal.
Yeah, that's the right word.
I'm loyal.
If you want to win on the game, you probably have to pick the team to give you opportunity.
I know. But I did have a Brett Favre jersey.
That's good.
I didn't have a number 30.
I grew up, I was a 49er fan. I should have went to the 49ers. Yeah.
You were a 49er?
Get out of there. I forgot the bouncing.
So that's why this was such a big deal for the industry. It really changed the gaming industry. Before Madden, before any of that stuff, that was Tecmo Super Bowl. This is really the thing that changed the game. And I know Nate's going to talk a little bit more about that when we bring him in.
Oh, get out there. Oh, fumble. I fumbled that time.
No, I got it. I got it out of bounds.
That was out of bounds.
I think that counts.
All right, I'm going to kick a field goal since I'm in.
Now, we got some more comments coming in. We had Flo wants to say, hey, Ahman needs to make it to the Tundra next year so he can really learn how to play the game. I like
I just shaked it in there. You see that?
No, I didn't see it. I was reading the comments.
I'll learn how to play this game. This is a game that basically I created. No, I'm just
kidding.
I'm just kidding. But no, I had fun as a kid, and I've been, like I said, working on getting there. I will be there. I was just at one recently. It was at actually Edge VR off of Packerland here in Green Bay. I was able to participate, made it through one round and made it to the quarterfinals. Now they get real deep.
Nice.
But I played against some good players in there. And what I learned was like, wow, the selection between receivers is key to try to throw off the defenders.
See, what's throwing me off here, to be honest with you, is the play selection is kind of sideways, right? I mean, it's within here, but I'm used to Madden where it's horizontal, if that makes sense.
Hey, you got to adjust, man. That's what part of the game is, adjustment.
It is, and that's what I'm learning. We got 13 seconds. After this quarter ends, we're going to bring Nate in here. We got 9 seconds till he comes in. We got a quick call of play. Cancel. Go, go.
Man, you got up-tempo, man, up-tempo.
Chet agrees with Flo. You need to get to... Oh, get him out!
You man, come on.
All right, I'm out. But let's bring. This is a great time to introduce Nate.
Yes.
We're switching quarters here. This is a great time to get him involved.
Pro.
Let's get the pro in here, and I'm gonna hand over my controller to the man. Let's get over to Showcase of the Week. We're not quite there yet. All right, so let's bring in Nate on in.
Get on in here, Nate, dog.
I'm gonna hand you the controller here. So, gaming with a pro, Nate.
Yeah.
You're gonna show me what's up. So say hi to your friends. You got some
Flo,
people watching.
how's it going, Flo? How we doing? All there out in Tundra Land and hanging out with us on Gaming Culture.
All
Appreciate
right.
you guys tuning in.
So,
Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
the Tundra Bowl.
Yeah.
What was the, inspiration behind developing this tournament that you started here in Green Bay?
You know, honestly, it was we started hanging out with probably about 12 to 14 guys at my house. And there's updated ROMs that you can actually download with like updated players and things too.
Wow.
So people have hacked this game and whatever. So anyway, so we started running this at my house, and you know, 12 to 14 guys, we ended up taking it public, and now this last year, a couple weeks ago, we just had 73 people.
That is
Wow,
amazing. So how many years again?
This is our 6th year, and we're actually the nation's 2nd largest tournament.
The nation's second largest Tecmo Super Bowl tournament.
Correct.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's great to have the support of people. You know, it's grown every year since we first started it. So
I heard
Great.
from Levi. You know, full disclosure, one of our guys on our crew here, one of our directors, Levi, he works closely with you in some of these events, and he said that you know, and actually shout out to him again because we're using his box today. We're using his 8-bit box for the game today. But he was saying that the history of this started in Madison at this bowling alley or something like that got taken down. What's
there was Tecmo Madison that had run in Madison for about 14 years.
okay?
And,
It's separate then.
Yes, it was separate. It was a long-running Tecmo Super Bowl tournament. Was featured on ESPN.
Wow.
Yes.
There was a documentary on it.
Did watch that.
This year they're actually not doing a Madison tournament for 2019. So, you know, for part of us having
Love's coming up here.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. We, you know, people just love Tecmo Super Bowl. We're really in the Tecmo belt. Really, it's really popular in the Midwest, and we've grown to the point now where we actually have qualifying tournaments across the country. So, like Cleveland, Detroit, Nebraska, those
my home
places.
state.
Yeah, Lincoln.
Yeah.
Go Big Red.
Those qualify for ours by getting free entry if they win those tournaments. So.
Hey.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I mean,
earn
that's
your
incredible
way.
how
Earn
that.
your path. I love it.
Let's talk. I mean, this is so interesting. This Tecmo, everything you have, but you have a pretty cool personal background too. Let's talk. I mean, former firefighter, semi-pro football, Blizzard quarterback.
When were you at the Blizzard?
2007 and 2010. I was just on the practice squad.
Okay, I just missed you because I believe I came in as an owner.
Just after that.
Just after that, a few years after that.
Yep,
Yeah.
it was. So I had like Coach Lanzi and Coach Richards, I believe it was. So, yeah, it was fun. It was
Where were you a firefighter?
in Howard, for the village of Howard.
Really? But you don't do that anymore?
I don't. No, my family was like my mom, my sister, my stepdad. You know, we're a family of firefighters.
Okay.
So.
And,
Wow.
Nice. And then, so 2 movies as well?
Yeah, I got to work with Tony Shalhoub.
Oh my gosh.
On one of those movies, and then
Sweet.
Eric
From,
Roberts on another movie.
What was that show? Monk. That's
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
We filmed that up in Door County in 2010, and then worked with Eric Roberts throughout. We filmed that here in Brown County, 2010 also. So.
Wow.
All right.
Wild. So what's something that you did with Shelly? Feed the fish.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
familiar?
Yeah.
Shelly Boatsot, one of our own, Local
Yeah.
5.
Yep.
Shelly Boatsot was in a movie that you were involved with.
Yeah, yep. I was a second assistant director for that movie, so it was for the Wisconsin footage and Wisconsin crew. You know, they shot some B film and B footage. So
Okay.
So this Tecmo thing, but that's pretty awesome just in that, like separate from the game. That's incredible.
yeah, I got some got some wild things that I've done, but it's it's been great. I've been blessed with a lot of great opportunities in my life. So
Well, what is your favorite game though?
Outside of this.
my favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy X.
Okay.
Wow. That's
It's
awesome.
one of my son's name is Titus, and we actually spelt it the same as
Character in the game.
The character.
That's dedication. That's dedication.
Yes.
A true fan.
That's a geek right there. That's geek stuff.
Well,
Y'all just don't know about that.
usually at this time, the first 2 episodes, this was called, what would we call this segment in the
This
first
was
2 episodes?
Gaming with the Noob.
With the new before.
Which is you today.
Today, that's me. So I'm wearing that vest today. Oh, sorry, I touched my
Because we
mic.
got the pro here.
So today we're doing
First time I've ever
gaming
been
with
called a pro
a...
at gaming, so.
There you go.
Yeah?
It is a profession now, so you can't claim that.
All right.
Yes.
Professional gamer.
So Nate's gonna walk us through the way this ought to be. And you two got the controllers, so we're gonna let you guys dance in the
So you
second
want to
quarter of this.
reset?
We can
Probably
if you
don't-
want, or no, we can
can go
keep
for
rolling
it.
with
Do you
this.
wanna
That's
still be
fine.
the Packers?
you're
I'm
on
It's
sorry.
fine. I'll be
You're
the
on
Packers.
offense. So
All
you're
right.
on offense.
All right, so we got 4th down here. So
Yep.
what I noticed is actually the playbooks were kind of set up from Tundra Bowl. Some people had chosen the playbooks. It's actually one of the most important things is forming the right playbook against the right team.
Correct.
As far as the strategy goes. So this is actually a pretty good playbook. It's one that I run pretty standardly. So I don't know. We'll give it a shot here. It's 4th down, so kind of put me in a not great area, but that's all right.
I'm sorry, I'm the noob this week.
It's okay.
There you go. What? What? Wait, now hold on. How in the world? I couldn't go 2 feet.
So
Not even a yard. A yard is 3 feet. I'm aware. I couldn't go 2 feet, and you just threw like halfway across the field.
Well, I called pass though that kind of separates the receivers.
Yeah.
You got Sterling Sharp on top, who's obviously the biggest threat
At
for the
that time,
Packers
yeah,
here.
at that time, the best receiver in the league.
The Raiders' defensive line is quite stout, and the offensive line for the Packers is not real great. So, this is not a matchup that you would typically call. The Raiders are about, I would say, 5th to 7th overall for teams. And then the Packers would probably be in that bottom 3rd for sure, bottom quarter really.
Yes.
A really common matchup.
1991 wasn't a good year.
No, it was not.
For the boys.
Really common matchup for the Packers in this would be like the Cleveland Browns. Sometimes you play the Packers against Seattle. I would say those are probably the 2 most common for the Packers. Sometimes the Saints. But then also the Raiders, you're looking at, facing the Eagles or, sometimes, depends on your matchup, but sometimes the Bills, if you're really confident, sometimes the Bears.
Now, I mean, how much does the actual, you said Sterling Sharp, how well does the players really factor in to the players in the game? I mean, this is old school. It's not Madden, they don't have all these things built around the players. Or is it pretty accurate to the skill of the player in real life?
It's got a very good balance of your arcade and your realistic version. I mean, their stats are obviously higher. Sterling Sharp's is, very good compared to other receivers. So it's definitely somebody you want to throw to. But I'd say it's relatively accurate. I had helped out with the kind of the ROMs for like the updated players and stuff, and tried to check their player ratings and make sure they're realistic to where they're supposed to be.
You help update all that to make it...
I was more of like the quality assurance guy of, checking to make sure the attributes were about what they should be, the roster depth charts the way they should be, and like jersey numbers. So
that sounds like a big deal. Like within the tournament itself, or within the actual...
Within the ROM that they, tried to update as far as new players and stuff.
Wow. So you had a real hand in...
Yeah,
you had to.
like I said, I was just quality assurance guy. The guy that actually, do the programming and, those type of things, they're all over the country. The guy that really does a lot here is a guy goes by the screen name of Brewdog out in California. And he does a lot of those programming things, so he knows the back end of all this stuff.
We got some comments coming in. Let's hit those. Yeah, I think some of your friends here. Chet's going, Nate. Flo's saying boo.
Yeah, thanks, Flo.
Flo's hustling you.
Flo does.
He's trolling.
He's a good
Tecmo
dude,
all
though.
day.
He's a good dude.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what Brooke said. Brooke the Bunny, I don't know who that is. They said something, but the message got redacted. This is a PG show, kids.
Come on now.
I don't know what you said, but it's redacted. In any case, Flo says, I'm playing Green Bay versus Seattle online versus Thrash right now.
Oh, all right.
Does that mean something to you?
Nope.
No?
I know he's playing online, but I don't know. It depends on.
Chet says crush him, Flo. So we got a lot happening right now. He's playing online, we're playing, and this is good.
Yeah.
Can you play? You can't play Tecmo Super Bowl online.
Can.
You can play Tecmo Super Bowl online.
Yep.
Wow. Is that because of the new systems?
No, it's
that are
actually, you can on Nintendo Online, you can play like the original Tecmo Bowl against people with Nintendo Switch and that. But otherwise you can play with like an emulator called Nestopia, and then you guys can kind of sync up with either servers or somebody can host. So there's quite a bit you can do online with this stuff. I played online for a couple of years, but honestly, with 4 kids, I don't have the time anymore. So
I can
I
relate.
stepped out of bounds.
Except I have one. It's 3 months old and it feels like 4 kids.
Hey,
Ahman and I talk about it all the time.
For sure.
We talk about it all the time.
Getting the sleep pattern down is number one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Their sleep pattern
Is
is
it
your sleep
third
pattern.
quarter?
It is third quarter.
Hold on.
All right.
I want to learn how to play this.
All right. Here you
But
go.
you keep it. You
No,
keep
you
it.
can
control.
trade. You can trade. There you go.
Ahman's gonna
I'm
laugh
a
at me.
spectate.
Ahman's gonna laugh at me as we do this. All right, everybody, here we
No,
go.
I'm not gonna laugh.
It's okay.
It's entertainment.
All right, so you also have a very good playbook. Obviously, Bo Jackson is your centerpiece. People always ask, is Bo the best guy in the game? And personally, I think QB Eagles is the best guy in the game, which is Randall Cunningham. Yep, there are 3 quarterbacks that they didn't license out the rights for, which was Bernie Kosar's QB Browns, Jim Kelly's QB Bills, and QB Eagles is.
So no name.
Yeah.
Just kind of like with Bill Belichick with Madden.
Yep.
He has that generic
face and generic.
on the Maddens today.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. So, but yeah, Bo I'd say is obviously one of the best. Probably the second.
In that
best,
situation.
First in the halfback.
Bo Jackson. So another guy was Walter Payton on the first couple, on the first Tecmo Bowl. And that team, the Bears, the 85 Bears, and the defense was pretty much unstoppable and hard to run against. So,
and that's the thing. I'm not overly familiar with the original. I actually never grew up with Nintendo. I actually picked this game up like midway through my 20s. So
what happened?
a lot of people did.
Oh.
Yep, for sure. So it's been a little bit of a learning curve, going into tournaments, playing guys that have grown up with this game.
Yes.
It's a little tougher that way. So I've had a little steeper learning curve, but I feel like I've learned it. And
This feels harder to me than Madden. Is that? This seems. I mean,
you're just getting it. So
different.
yeah.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah,
That is true.
It's different. It's a lot more complex than I think people give it credit for.
Right.
Just with the strategy. Simple things like, I shouldn't say simple things, but things that you wouldn't think of are like the kick returner is actually the right tackle's speed. So that's where that speed comes from. And then the punt returners is from the strong safety. So it's
Stuff I didn't
really
know.
weird. Yeah, really weird nuanced things that you don't really know unless you start to really dive into the code and all that of the game. So
Yeah, because when I went to a tournament that was here locally not too long ago at Edge VR, and you could shift the plays, you could find out the player ratings. That stuff I had no clue, being that I was basically the first generation to play Tecmo Bowl before Super Tecmo Bowl. So I was just like, you could do this? I was like, what? I was like, they cheating. I thought, I was like, wait a minute. And then I was like, because me and my high school buddies, we basically just start the preseason and go 1v1.
celebrating too early. Too early.
I was high stepping.
Almost. You can't see. Don't high step, man.
That's a
Don't
problem.
high step, Josh.
Dion hitting down the sideline.
You can do that now on
Did you
Madden.
watch that 30 for 30 with Dion? I saw it this week.
I've
that was
heard about
amazing.
it. Is
You
it
gotta
pretty
see
good?
it.
I haven't
It's
seen it
really good.
I'm pretty sure it's Deion Sanders, so I know it's good.
There we go. Stop it. That has to be. How is that? Are you
Is that Jay
serious?
Schrader?
You might have Schrader in, yeah.
Is either Jay Schrader or
I'm gonna score on you. I'm gonna score on the
Rich
pro.
Gannon. Not Rich Gannon.
Berline?
Or Berline, yeah. Maybe Berline. Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's
grad.
Berline, yep.
Oh, blitz.
Stop
That was a
it.
blitz.
Stop
But
it.
With guys like Bo Jackson and Walter Payton, or even Christian Corey, you could beat that blitz. You could kind of go basically turn about face and get around the defense.
It's a little tough as far as a run blitz goes. Pass blitz is a little easier, especially with
Nothing.
like QB Eagles. You can really avoid the blitz a lot of those just because he's so fast.
Yes.
But some quarterbacks, they're statues. They're Drew Bledsoe sitting back in the pocket.
It was a passing game back then.
It was.
And I want to say passing game, but more, I say less. I'm not saying it in a bad way, but less athletic quarterbacks.
I couldn't get the ball out.
Yep. It was. I would agree.
They were just throwers. They were pure throwers.
Yep. They were all pocket passers. That's all they
sorry.
want. No, you're good. They all wanted that West Coast offense.
I just turned it over.
did.
I did not. I got to the one. Ahman, save me here. Save me here.
Oh, I gotta save you?
You gotta save me.
Against the
Redemption.
pro?
I did not do well here.
I'm
we got
losing.
1 minute left in this quarter. We got 1 minute left.
Where we at? Where's the ball at?
I'm on the 11.
Oh, I'm on defense. That's
Okay, we got some comments streaming. Let's talk about these.
All right, so I gotta pick defensive play. Hopefully I could get the.
Lance is saying, hey Lance, what's up, buddy? He says this would be fun on a cinema movie screen, larger than life in 8-bit.
Ooh, sacked.
That would be really cool. Now, Lance, he's emailed me a little bit. I read some of the stuff he's done. He hosts some gaming tournaments in Marinette at the movie theater occasionally.
Oh, cool.
He does some things. It's something called the Mariner. I'm not familiar with that part of the state. He does some of this stuff.
Okay. That's awesome.
This would be really cool to do on a big screen.
It would be.
Oh,
It would be. I put it up on a
Set up
big
nice.
projector before, and
Yeah?
it's pretty fun.
To view it.
Well, okay, for your tournament, how many screens do you have going at once? I mean,
We had 16 TVs going at once. Oh no, JJ.
Oh, I got the interception. I ran out of bounds.
see? You got it, man. Oh.
So the JJ
Okay,
is basically a jumping reception.
Is that A or B?
None. It
just
actually
did
automatically.
Okay. Bo Jackson, break that tackle. Come on.
When's your next tournament?
We always do it on Pro Bowl Saturday every year, so it's always that like last Saturday of January.
Okay.
So
it just happened.
yes, and we've got some, like I said, we've got some qualifying tournaments. There's one in Iowa that's coming up March 2nd. That's in Dubuque. We've got another one coming up in Detroit on March 9th.
Okay.
So those are the next two that are qualifying tournaments for Tundra Bowl.
So people are going to travel down to Dubuque, Iowa.
Brian
Dubuque,
Noble, I
Iowa?
know that guy.
It's Iowa.
Dubuque, Iowa, yep.
I got confused for a second. They're going to go to Iowa to play Tecmo Super Bowl.
Yes. Yep. And now that's not a tournament I run. That's actually different tournament organizers that do that.
You compete in it?
I've been down to Tom Zach, which is the name of the Dubuque one, the last 4 years. I do travel to a few. You know, obviously I can't travel to all of them across the country with family and that, but yeah, I mean, I try to get to the ones that I
fourth
possibly
down.
can. You know, so I've been to the Dubuque one quite a bit, debating whether to go to Detroit or not this year.
You say that this is the Tundra Bowl, the tournament that you host, the second biggest in the world, in the country, in the world?
Well,
I guess
yeah,
you'd
it'd be the
probably say
world.
the
I mean,
world, yeah, I
yeah.
guess it's
I don't
probably
think
the
people
same.
in, I don't know, Russia are playing this
Well,
too
yeah,
much.
you never know. You never know.
I don't know.
But where's the furthest you've seen people travel to come to your tournament?
New York. New York and Florida, actually, are the two that...
Flew in from
There's
New York.
Gamers.
Yep, and
There's
from Florida.
Gamers there.
And how well did they do in the tournament?
The guy from New York actually won it last year, or one of the guys from New York. Another guy was a commentator. He had commentated last year and this year from New York for us, so he does a phenomenal job. And our other commentator this year was a guy from Chicago.
Was it on Twitch? Or
Yeah, yep, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, we
Nice.
did it on all. Last year we had just over 600,000 people reached on Facebook and like 35,000 views.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow, that's
So-
incredible.
Yeah, it was. It turned out to be really good. For us.
Throughout the course of the day, like how long does that tournament go? I mean,
We start at about 10
got blocked.
o'clock is when
I got
doors
blocked.
open. 11 o'clock is when the tournament starts, and this year we actually got out at about 10 o'clock at night. Went a little later than I planned on. You know, normally we like to wrap up about 8 or 9. So, you know, you're talking a 9-hour tournament.
but that's fun. I mean, everybody's
yeah.
hanging out, having a good time. It's
Yes,
probably a great
big fun.
opportunity to meet people, like-minded individuals. Like, hey,
Yeah.
you like the same, you know.
for sure.
Oh, who scored? Did you score?
No, that was
You
Nate.
got- he scores while having a full, legit conversation.
That's why
not
he's a
just.
pro.
That's incredible.
Nah, come on now.
Get out there.
I'm just here having fun. No, I
That's when you
appreciate
are a
guys having
pro,
me
is
on.
when you can have fun and still be good.
It's a lot of fun. I
I
just
had to
love doing it.
concentrate very hard, and I was still bad.
Well, you haven't
You're
played
just
it.
learning though.
Yeah,
like,
just learning. You haven't played it a whole lot.
Exactly.
Since I was this tall.
Ooh.
Ahman, what's it like playing yourself in a video game? I mean, I know you're not in this one, but
Right,
in
correct.
general.
No,
you know,
it was fun. Like it happened for me in college. Being at Nebraska, we were a top-rated team, and I remember playing NCAA college football on Sega Genesis, and it was just something like, this is crazy,
Yeah.
awesome, wow. and then on top of that, you know, I'm into playing video games too, so it was like, okay, I
Right.
can dig this, I can do this.
It's the ultimate of both worlds. You're
Yeah,
like,
no,
I've arrived, and I'm only in college.
But yeah, just
That's
having
amazing.
fun with it. It was like, man, this is crazy.
I know this year we had Harry Sidney out, who's actually in the game, the 49ers halfback.
Yes, I remember.
And
Did he play?
he came to the tournament, didn't know he was actually in the game. So we raised a bunch of funds for my brother's keeper. We actually raised $550 for his foundation.
That's spectacular.
So it was really cool for him to come out and, you know, he took some video of, I had plugged in Harry as the halfback on the Niners and went and scored a touchdown. So he caught some footage for that for his grandkids. And
That's
I just dropped
wonderful.
off a cartridge to him now for his, you know, his memories to remember. So
You gave him a cartridge?
yeah.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
incredible. So you gave him the, it's like, hey, here.
First.
yeah.
That's really cool that you had an opportunity to do that.
Now, did he play?
He did not.
What's up?
Fourth quarter.
Oh.
You got 3 seconds to try and score at least a
need
field
to-
goal. You could try and kick it.
Timeout. Timeout?
It's actually a
here's the-
10-second runoff for the offense.
Well, right on that we have on the screen right now, that is the cartridge for the original game. So let's talk a little. I mean, we're playing that right now. We have that game in the system, playing this original one. And that's the one that you gave to Harry Sidney?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I have I've got about, I want to say 18 complete systems with the cartridges and all the stuff. So it was good to,
Good game.
so yeah, it was good to go drop it off to him. So.
What was that?
That's
What
awesome.
Jackson have? What did he have?
Mark Allen was actually your leading rusher at 91.
91, okay.
Yeah.
Between Bo and Marcus.
Nate.
Another great running back.
Yeah.
NFL history.
Fantastic. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Nate, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank
for having
you.
me.
You know, what
appreciate
do
it,
people
man.
got to do
Good
to stay
game.
involved in the stuff you do?
Check us out at tundrabowl.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. You can check out some of the videos and stuff that we got on there. And,
Great.
You know, I give updates across the year and all throughout. So.
Excellent. Excellent. We're actually going to, why don't we throw to it? We're going to talk a little, we're going to show a package on his tournament.
very cool.
Of the last
Awesome.
one. Yes.
Yeah.
So check it out.
So Showcase of the Week.
It's a Tecmo Super Bowl tournament. We play the old Tecmo Super Bowl that released in 1991 on the original Nintendo. Guys come from all over the nation. We've got 9 states represented here for a tournament of both Division I, which is more of your kind of hardcore players, and then Division II, who are people who love the game, are really interested, but don't really have tournament experience. Right here is the Division I setup. This is more of your hardcore players that really want a shot at the big money. You know, we give away over $2,000 in cash and prizes. And this is really the people that come from all over the country playing Division I. They've played a lot of different tournaments. So they've got the experience with the game and they really enjoy that. So these 8 TVs right here are streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch simultaneously. So people can tune in, and we've got something that we call the Tundra Bowl Red Zone Stream, which means that we can switch between any of these 8 TVs at any given moment to show our viewers the best matchup or the best ending to a game if big moments are happening, so that people can stay engaged in the viewership.
This is kind of where all of the really challenging work happens. This is our station in charge of changing names, changing and any sort of stuff that's about to go out on the stream, and then actually physically transitioning the stream to a new stage. Here, we're monitoring the streams. We're talking to the people watching, so we're getting interactive with everybody while they're doing that. Over here, this is our commentator station. It's not currently running. When we get to the brackets, that's when we typically have commentators come in, but the commentators will be able to view the games in real time and make their commentary as they need to. I think it's a great opportunity to allow people across the country, across the world, who don't have the chance to come to this one because they're going to a different one, or they just couldn't make it work, to still be a part of that and be a part of the community. A lot of these sites will then also promote as they continue to grow, so the more people we get on the streams, the more people we can kind of reintroduce or introduce even for the first time.
Last year, we actually reached over 600,000 people on Facebook alone and had over 30,000 streaming. So it was really cool to see that that audience really want to watch and tune in to what we had going on.
What a phenomenal package.
Yes.
What a phenomenal story. I mean, to have Nate on, to talk about what he did, to show that. And this is really cool. There's a lot of people that are watching our stream today that were part of that tournament. I don't know, you guys may have seen yourself in there. And a shout out to Robbie Sherman.
Yes.
Guy who, our photojournalist here, he went out and captured that package. It was pretty cool. So we're going to play in the meantime, but we got some stuff to talk about. It was a busy week. There was a lot going on.
Hey, you got to return
I
to
gotta-
talk, man.
Oh,
You got to learn how to do this and talk. So
We're
this
gonna learn that.
weekend, the Super Bowl happened down in the ATL, and I say for all purposes said that it was maybe for the general, I say for the non-football fan in terms of not into the, understanding like the IQ part of the game. Boring game.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a high scoring game. It was 13-3.
For the people watching it for the commercials and Adam Levine, it was a boring game.
Correct. So don't forget to snap the ball here.
Okay, let's go.
And when you have Tom Brady throw an interception on his first pass attempt, it kind of sets the tone for the whole day. So
Yeah.
that, you saw that, and then also Jared Goff not really passing for over 200 yards to the fourth quarter. So you had those type of, I say, red flags, like, man, this is going to be a defensive game. I kind of related to being a baseball fan and seeing a pitcher's duel. So that's kind of what we saw this past Sunday. But still, overall, great football, guys that really I was hoping it was going to play well, but didn't get an opportunity to. Todd Gurley only had 45 yards rushing on about 10 carries.
But that flips to a different dynamic, because I appreciated the defense of the game.
Yes.
You know, I know it wasn't a game that, you know, you were sitting on the end of your seat or anything like that, but there was a lot of athleticism and sportsmanship going on within that game that, like you said, if you were into it for, you know, the more.
Nice. There it is.
We're multitasking, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to. No,
See,
I'm not.
He's learning how to
spoiling.
game and talk now.
I'm trying. He was yelling about. He's teasing me. He's teasing me off screen about that. But yeah, it was cool. But then we get to the halftime show.
Right. Well, I didn't. How was it? I didn't see it. So
you
tell
didn't
me
watch
about
it yet.
Tell me
It was
about
cool. You know, a lot of people personally, I didn't mind it. I know,
Right.
but there was a lot of people who weren't a big fan of it because they thought his energy was down. And then, which I do agree with, is. Travis Scott probably shouldn't have been necessarily in it, only because he was bleeped out so much during it. Which
Yeah,
is
because he has good
unfortunate.
music. And
He has
yeah,
great music.
and for general, you know, it's a G show basically, being the Super Bowl. Everybody's watching. All the kids in the house are watching it. So yeah, I get that.
And I think that there was some people who didn't, who aren't, you know, the common viewer, the common listener, you know, those.
That was a run play.
Wow.
You picked the run play, bro.
Sorry. For the common viewer, you know, just watching the game and watching everything, they may not know who Big Boy is from Outkast. They may not know, you know, who Travis Scott is.
That's definitely our generation.
They don't. I mean, so they're trying to watch and have some fun, but they're just like, I can't get into that. And so there was some of that. Now, did Adam Levine need to strip on stage slowly? I don't know if
I
that
heard
was
he had
necessary.
a Janet Jackson moment.
Well,
Like Justin Timberlake.
basically.
Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake back in like 01, 02 Super Bowl, something like that.
Yeah, but hers was accidental. He purposely started taking off clothes. But Jackie just commented. Jackie's saying, now I want to shout out to Jackie. She's actually,
In our
I don't
ear
want to
right
blow up
now.
her spot, but she's in our ear right
in
now.
our
She
ear
is
right
killing
now.
it tonight. She's doing awesome producing it. She was saying that Big Boy is actually the best part of the halftime show.
Hey, that's one of my all-time.
And SpongeBob. Oh,
That's one
yeah.
of my
Another shout out to
all-time
Jackie.
great
She was saying, can
rap
I run
groups.
backwards and turn around? That's not going to happen. She's saying that a lot of people
It's
were
fourth
hoping
down.
that.
Fourth down at 24, so you know.
Can I punt?
You can punt. You got to remember you kept hitting timeout or hit start, I think. There you go.
Oh,
Now you
yeah.
can punt. There it is.
I'm punting.
And so, yeah, Outkast, one of my favorites all time.
Well, what's going on with basketball?
So
I mean, you follow some of that.
basketball,
There's a lot
but you got to
happening.
punt the ball, bro.
I did. I started talking about. I'm sorry.
Anthony Davis.
We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure out this
Trade deadline.
multitasking.
So NBA trade deadline is tomorrow, and we got Anthony Davis, the center/forward, Mr. Everything for the New Orleans Pelicans. I say New Orleans like that because my dad's from New Orleans. He said people from New Orleans say it like that. So he is up in a 3-team thing. It's the Lakers, it's the Pelicans, and it's the Celtics, all involved in this. You know, multiplayer potential trade. Kyrie Irving is involved. You got guys that don't even know they might be on the trading block. But it's a lot of posturing by the Lakers, a lot of posturing by the Celtics on who's going to be on the slate to get this. That might happen. But also, it's a big might though. It's still a lot going on. You got playoff weekend next weekend, then you got the NBA playoffs.
That
and a lot of what's being talked about might not
Playoffs,
even.
All-Star break. All-Star
Right.
break.
Yeah, All-Star break next weekend. So a lot of things that are being talked about might not even happen.
Right.
But it just depends on the Lakers say, yes, we want them, and then the Pelicans say, okay, we can have them. You can have them, but if not, we're just waiting around as NBA fans to find out, okay, who is going to get better, you know,
Well, and there's
through
more-
through the trade deadline, basically.
With tomorrow being the end of that trade deadline, there's some trades going on locally that people are paying attention
Yeah,
to.
it just happened.
Just a few hours ago. A few hours ago, Thon Maker, and I don't think it's official quite yet. You know how that works, where it'll be reported everywhere, but it'll be on the Packers or the Bucks page last. You know, it's
Yes.
kind of like that. But we're hearing reports that Thon Maker has been traded to the Pistons for Stanley Johnson. Now, Thon Maker was the 10th pick in the draft in 2016, and Stanley was the 8th pick in the draft in 2015. And basically, what some people are saying is that they're kind of a wash. It's saying that basically these guys just are underperforming, and more or less it's change of scenery, hoping that both of them will do them good, good for each other. So
Dang.
we'll see if that actually comes to be the
That's
case.
kind of rough. You said underperforming. Dang.
Well, that's what some people are saying. Not living up to their expectations, at least. They're the good players, they're professionals. You know, I mean, I can't say anything about that, but
Yeah.
they're hoping for a little bit more, and they're hoping a change of scenery will do that.
I think so.
And what about you? I mean, you played in a couple of different places.
Yeah, I
Does that help?
played in Seattle, played in Houston, but I say Seattle was where I got drafted, so I thought I was going to be there for the rest of my life. But bam, bam, boom, I'm a Green Bay Packer, and as I've said in some instances, the rest is history. But
So the change of scenery helped you.
right, change of scenery. So you talking about change of scenery? Going into our next thing here, Ben Affleck, he's definitely got to change the scenery because he's not going to be the Dark Knight.
He's not going to be.
In the next film, and I'm a little disappointed. I liked what he did.
I heard you like
Jackie
Batman.
didn't like what he did, but I did. But he has good reason. He's writing and directing another film that's coming out in between 2020 and 2021. So he has a full plate of things to do as an actor / director and writer, producer, everything that he basically has.
What are they going to do with that character then? If he's stepping away from it, what are they going to do with that character?
They're going young. So they're going to go, I've heard Nick Jonas possibly.
Oh my golly.
But I'm like, wait a minute. There's a guy that is talking on this show right now that lives in De Pere, Wisconsin. This guy right here
he would be a good
could
candidate.
be the next Batman. Call me
Start a
up.
petition, change.org.
Anybody from Warner Brothers right now that's watching, that's on YouTube, that's maybe possibly watching this show, I'm your man. Bring me in. I could do this.
I think you could do
I
it.
could make
That would
this
be
happen
awesome.
without the scratchy voice. I could do that. That's the only thing I didn't like about my man. Well,
That's Christian Bale.
Well, that was Christian.
Christian
Ben, he had a computerized voice decoder thing. So, but yeah, with Christian Bale, my wife, she hated that.
She didn't like that?
She didn't understand that. So,
So Ben Affleck's out.
So then Ben Affleck's out, but you got, if you are a movie fan and if you are a horror movie fan, this is up. I say this is right up your street. It's a movie coming out this Friday, February 8th. Prodigy is the name of the movie. Actress Taylor Schilling, who is known for her days in Orange is the New Black, is a mother who is worried about her son, who is a little bit showing characteristics of being different, but she kind of feels in that mother intuition something's not quite right about him. So this is the trailer. You see my man, he just killed a spider there.
From the producer of Exorcism. Okay, so this is a real. So this isn't a debate. We debated over it. Was Bird Box a horror movie or not?
It is.
This is a horror movie proper. This
sure.
feels like when I watched this trailer, I caught that Conjuring vibe, the Annabelle vibe. I love those movies. I was a big fan of that. I caught that kind of feel to this.
So yeah, you got my man doing stuff with his brain. No one thinks he shouldn't know. Looking, killing
February 8th this week.
bugs. When the doctor tells you your son is dangerous, you need to watch out.
We're watching the trailer with you guys. It looks interesting. I'll have to play this game, but the trailer.
Right.
So what's hot in the box office then? So if we got these movies coming out, that we're previewing, what are people watching right now?
Oh, I say The Upside is in the top 5. Glass is number 1. Upside is right behind that.
A movie you previewed last week.
Yes, Miss Bala. And Green Book and Aquaman. Aquaman is still up there because of Jason Momoa. That's what I'll say.
It's all the moms are taking their kids to go see it.
Yes. And so yeah, that's the top 5, rounding out the top 5. But Green Room with Mahershala Ali and Viggo Mortensen, great movie. I've heard a lot of people talk about that. Based on a true story of, two gentlemen driving around the South performing at different nightclubs.
I really want to see that movie. That looks like a movie right up my alley.
So, fun stuff. That looks like a fun movie. Definitely got to check it out because we got, at the end of the month, we got the Oscars going to be handed.
Coming up soon.
So,
come on.
It's a lot of good stuff
push
there.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on in pop culture. So we got a lot of cool stuff in movies. Fumble. You got it. I have it. I'm still running. No?
There you go. I got the ball back.
Stop it. Nate, what's going on, buddy? What am I doing wrong?
You're running with the Oilers.
Oh my God! You told me to pick the Oilers. You said this was the team. Nate.
All you gotta do is pass.
Okay, so don't run.
Don't run.
If you're running, you gotta put somebody else in.
All right.
Okay.
And you got, what's going on?
Nate, so Nate's telling me to run. Okay. Well, you're watching a couple other things. Some other stuff going on. You're talking about some of your comic.
My usual thing of every week, the comic book update. So review of the comic book Why. So Why is a story where basically in the summer of 2002, a plague, unknown, ravages across the world, basically, killing every mammal, male mammal, with that has the Y chromosome in its DNA. And so from that, only one person survives, a guy by the name of York Brown, who's partnered with a guy named Agent 355, and they're basically trying to find out how and why this has happened, you know, to the planet Earth in this comic book. So this is a series of comic books. This is always a series.
I was just going to ask, yeah, because it sounds like its own
one.
thing. That's not a DC or Marvel type of deal. It seems like its
Vertical.
own.
It's a Vertical is the comic book company. Vertical, I believe. Yeah, and so you got to read several ones. This is one. This is the first book of about 3 or 4 other books.
Okay.
I'll say 9 or 10 volumes actually of the story arc that is created by Brian K. Vaughan and penciler by Paya Guerrera and inker Jose Marzan Jr. So something that is very interesting and cool to read and see, because it's always the end of the world.
Always.
And something's bad.
In every game.
And
what's it going to be on?
It's going to be on
how can I watch
FX.
it? FX, oh.
I can't wait.
Well, that's great. We can, see, that's more my vibe. I can watch it.
Check it out.
I like that.
So it's still a little bit away, but we got, you know, a couple years from now, so 2020, or a year from now.
Okay.
But you got basically gender side, because every male, human and animal, there's only one person that, you know, one male and one animal is Yurik that survives in this comic book. Uh-oh.
Watch out. Watch out. I'm coming. I'm coming. Go full screen. Mitch, take me full screen. I'm going to score it. Oh,
I don't know who that was.
Sorry, Mitch. I got really excited for a second. I finally had an opportunity to get some points on the board. I'm getting better at this multitasking thing.
But check the book out. It's been out for a while, so check it out at your local. So you check it out.
Who's all in it? Who's in the series?
In your local comic book store. Diane Lane is on the slate to be acting in the movie as well. So you got a good acting cast of experienced Hollywood actors. So check it out.
Okay. Well, speaking of things that, you know, that's going to be in the series and all this stuff, I mean, there's a big show coming up, season 3 of a show that, you know.
That you need to start watching.
I saw the first 2 seasons. I just didn't remember that I did, because they're different. But lead me.
How do you forget great acting like this?
I got baby brain.
So what we're talking about is True Detective. That is Marshala Ali, who is in season 3. This is a series anthology of police detectives around the United States. And we'll see the story unravel for his life as a police officer. Season 1 of True Detective was with Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, great actors. And season 2 was with Rachel McAdams and Vince Vaughn. And Vince Vaughn, more of a funny guy, so it was kind of hard seeing him being some tough, basically gangster guy.
Right.
But we watched Marshala Ali here, and season 3, I believe, is going to be good because he's a great actor, great writers involved in the storyline as well to keep this HBO series going. And I like how they're doing it. They're basically starting a new story every time. It's not the same thing. There's nothing connecting the two other than that every story is connected. The fact that they're police officers,
right,
and telling their story on, you know, on the job and off the job, and what goes on in their lives. Being an officer, things that, you know, we don't see. We see the stuff, and it's the stuff that goes on behind closed doors as being an officer on the police department in the United States, I guess. So.
Well,
what's going on, man?
So this, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff to watch. There's a lot of good stuff to see. But actually, coming up, just talking about our gaming stuff here, there's some interesting things to watch in the virtual world, too.
This is crazy.
Guys, okay.
That's all. This is
nuts.
Hilarious.
So some of you out there, you
pick
see
your
me escape. I'm on offense again, right?
Yes, you pick the. I know you're on defense.
I'm on defense still.
Pick your play. There you
So stuff's getting pretty exciting. So in the virtual world, this week was the first ever, major one, first ever virtual concert. Marshmello DJ'd a full show in Fortnite. Check this out. This is pretty wild.
Me telling me. So my question is. Was it only standing room, or did you have there was a VIP stage stuff, man? Because you got a virtual concert, man.
It's a virtual.
Really?
These are real people who are in there. They're in. He goes, you know, I was watching it. Marshmello's like, okay, everybody, when the beat drops, when the beat drops, you know, show me your best emote. Everybody starts flossing and doing all that stuff.
I would say, well, Fortnite definitely set it up right. Having dances in the game, then you could dance at the concert. Because if you can't dance at a concert, it's not really a full-time concert.
Well, it's pretty cool. It is. But you know, how awesome is this? Because now you can virtually see your favorite artists all the time. I mean,
That is awesome.
the world is kind of changing in that.
You know who I want to see at
You're
a
not gonna
virtual,
score on me again,
a
are you?
virtual concert? You know who I want to see?
Who's that?
Yay! I want to see Ice Cube
Okay.
in a virtual
Okay.
concert. Get lit. Or Kendrick Lamar in a virtual, in Epic.
See Kendrick Lamar. That would be
Fortnite,
fun.
that'd be
Do you
hot.
think Kendrick Lamar will go on Fortnite?
Yes. I'm pretty sure he plays Fortnite.
Yeah?
I don't know, but
You gotta find out.
If
You got
if
the
I was
clout.
a betting man,
You gotta reach out.
If I was a betting man, K Dot plays Fortnite, and he will do a concert. Epic just got to ask.
Well, speaking of concerts, there's a big concert coming up this weekend. A very, very
Where?
big concert.
What are you talking
I
about?
believe it's in LA, if I'm not mistaken. I actually don't know the location of that concert. The Grammys are coming up this weekend on CBS. You guys got to check this out. This is going to be awesome. I'm hearing, now this goes to my roots, living in Korea for about 8 years, working in the music industry, but I'm hearing that BTS is going to be performing out there, which I'm excited about. I mean,
That's
people out
K-pop,
here, man,
right?
it's K-pop.
That's your neighborhood there.
Yeah, and I don't know those guys personally. I'm not going to act like I do, but I know some
you
of the
know
people
of
that
them.
worked with them.
Yeah.
I worked with some of the same people and producers and such, so in that same realm of artists and all that. So I'm really excited for them to kind of get out here and continue to have an impact. 'Cause there's been artists out there trying to do it for years, but there's a lot of cool, performance coming up. But there's one thing I want to sort out for everyone out there. So the one question everybody gets, I was actually talking to Jackie about it, who's in my ear. We're talking about it before the show. A lot of people get
Grammys?
confused with record of the year versus song of the year, what that means.
Yeah,
People
I
say
can see that.
record of the year, song of the year. And like, wait a minute, it's the same person, it's the same song. But let me clear that up right now. They are totally different categories. So record of the year is how we really pronounce it. It should really be record of the year.
Record.
It should really
Putting
be.
that British thing.
Because they're recording it. It's basically the full production of the
proper
song.
pronunciation.
The
or
the
definition.
pronunciation of the
use
song
of,
record.
Like my English teacher, Miss Miracle Potoff in 12th grade used to tell me, Mr. Green.
The tip of the tongue and the teeth and the whatever, something like that.
Yeah,
but anyway, so the
didn't
record
say
is the
too
full
much.
production. That's the performance by the artist. That's the mix. That's the master. That's
Mm-hmm.
the engineer. That's everything that goes into the song. The song of the year is literally the song itself. It's the writing of the song. So theoretically, you could have artist A who wins the award for
Mm-hmm.
record of the year because they performed on it. But that same artist A, whoever artist A is, the songwriter is the one who could win song of the year, and they may never
forfeit.
walk up on stage if they never wrote it. And in a lot of artists, that doesn't happen. So.
4th and 6th, just so you know.
4th and 6th. All right. So what are we gonna do? I'm gonna probably run, right? I'm hustling. That's not true. But I want to talk
Nice
about, a
try.
new artist of the year. My vote for new artist of the year, I think, should be her, H-E-R.
We heard
She's
that song last
phenomenal.
week. We heard that song last week. It was awesome.
We talk about. Oh yeah.
Yes.
She's just.
Yeah.
She's so good, and she's been known for a while, but she's starting to break out into the popular audience now. For a while, she wouldn't even release her name or image or anything. It was just like a silhouette, and it was
wanted to
kind of
be
this
a
mystery.
secret.
But
She wanted to be
I'm really excited, and I hope she
incognito.
gets it.
That's okay, though.
The one thing I want to draw attention to is kind of interesting. We were joking last week, well, not really joking, but we were talking about the Backstreet Boys are staying relevant. They're releasing a new album.
Oh,
well,
they definitely staying
that
relevant.
album went
staying relevant.
number 1.
They staying more than relevant.
That album went
They
number
are
1.
prevalent.
They are prevalent. They're so relevant. They're
They right
prevalent.
there. They in your face. Along with, and then who else? What? Post Malone, Cardi
Post
B,
Malone. But-
Janelle Monáe.
but we're gonna throw back.
Backstreet Boys, they my age.
We're gonna
They're
throw
not
back.
your age.
We're gonna throw back.
They're my age, and they still doing it big.
Well, one of them's I think Nick's
So
my
tip
age.
of my hat to them boys.
But listen to this, man. Listen to this. This is crazy.
Oh.
For category in the Grammy, best duo, best pop group, 3 of the 6 artists nominated. It's the Backstreet Boys. Then it's Justin Timberlake with
He's like 40. He's my age.
with Chris Stapleton, and it's Christina Aguilera with Demi Lovato.
she's
This is
my
like,
age.
but listen, this is straight back to year 2000. You got Justin Timberlake against the Backstreet
said.
Boys against Christina Aguilera. This is hilarious.
They're definitely close to
Nate,
my
who do you
age.
think's gonna win it, Nate? Who do you think's gonna get the pop duo of the year?
It's JT.
JT?
Can't go against JT.
Bet against JT.
The guy's a juggernaut. It's true. The guy's a juggernaut.
Pick a play, man. Come on.
Pick a play. Okay, here we
Focus.
go. We're doing it.
gotta do the
So we gotta
multitasking.
watch that. It's gonna be awesome. Album of the year. Now there's some cool. There's a lot happening in the tech world. There's a lot happening in this world of video gaming.
Yes.
Microsoft.
Yeah, it's.
What's Microsoft about to do right now?
They about to make some things happen for some people. So not only having an awesome Xbox or PlayStation or whatever gaming system you have or computer, you can also potentially
Multitask.
soon.
You joked to me about multitasking.
And I just did.
He scored on me.
Potentially have your video games just like Netflix. It's going to be on demand. You could choose and pick from your system, from your tablet or your cell phone, or your Xbox or your Switch.
But even
just like Netflix. So I think this will change the game, obviously. But I'm old school still. I need my CD, my cartridge, or whatever in my hand, because you never know when we're going to be in the dark ages. But I think it's a phenomenal move by Xbox to go here, because this is where technology is going, trying to make our lives
Xbox Live to my phone.
Trying to make our lives
cool.
easier.
I like that.
So I think from your tablet, from your iPad to your Samsung phone, wherever, you'll have
Microsoft
access
taking that
to play games, even hopefully retro games, but the newer Madden, Call of Duty, things of that nature that are already popular.
Nate, look at me go.
And
Nate, look at me go.
You could be at the train station, you could be at the airport, you could be on the elevator, as long as you have Wi-Fi connection, because I usually drop calls when you're on the elevator. So, but you get my point. You could do that.
That'll be awesome. I mean, I think it's Microsoft. It's a lot of these industries really or entities trying to really stay competitive, trying to get us to the next level. And I think one day that's going to bring us to cross-platform, which would be exciting.
Yeah.
PlayStation, Xbox, all that. Now, there was there's this really cool story coming out. I didn't throw it, whatever, that happens.
You got sacked.
You got me. But Pokemon right now, you gotta hear, this auction.
Man,
so listen to this, everybody, listen to this.
World.
Last year, somebody auctioned off a box of original, unopened Pokemon cards for 66 grand.
Almost 70,000.
It's insane for an unopened box. Now they're doing it again. They're doing it again this year. So this year, a 1999 unopened box, mint condition, is going up, starting at auction for $35K. Would you do that? Would you
buy it?
Yeah.
No.
Unopened box.
It wasn't my generation. I was in my mid-20s when that was going down. But I had, my kids, stepkids that are into that, and if we would have had those, it was a lot that my stepkids had. That was awesome.
Well, let's talk about some of the rumors coming out about Nintendo. We're playing Nintendo right now. What's the Nintendo Switch about to do?
They about to go smaller.
Maybe.
So
it's a rumor.
It's like mini me to Dr. Evil, but it's coming out. So I was like, okay, cool. It just the Switch, even though the Switch just came out, but for people that maybe have small hands, I don't know. But obviously, it's like, there's a niche. There's a bad joke in there, but it's a niche for it, and Nintendo is bringing it out. Ooh, fumbled.
Why did I do that? Oh my goodness.
But it'd be another peripheral, another game option for us. So the question is to me then, what would be the games, the new games coming out, or just be the similar games, same system, not much changed in terms of the cartridge? Because for Switch, they're really tiny cartridges, obviously. And
SD cards almost.
New.
And Apple's making some moves.
So just a rumor, though.
Just a rumor. Well, that's what we're hearing. Apple's making some moves. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. This little device here is about to get more fun. We're getting some new emojis coming up with the 12.2 update. I got the ball. I don't really know that. So some new emojis coming up with Apple. We got a giraffe in there. We got a shark. We got all these things. Now, these are also part of a whole 12.2 iOS update. There's a bunch of other new emojis coming up. 230 new ones are coming. This is actually really cool. I really like these two here.
Okay.
Wheelchair ones. They're really trying to represent
everybody.
I like that.
I like it.
That's fantastic.
Now I like that. Okay, now
the yawning face.
I was hoping that. Now that's actually getting some use out of
it. Yeah. So
including everyone.
It's good innovations.
Yes.
It's good innovations.
We're
doing
thought
good.
Well.
Now one thing I want to show you, Ahman, I want to see if you would buy this or not. Before we close up here, I want to show you this. So Christian Dior, they're getting ready for the pre-fall 2019 Fashion Week. Getting ready for the new line. Pick the play. This saddlebag right here, do you know how much this costs? What's your guess? What's your guess on how much this metal saddlebag costs?
I don't even want to know, because you said Christian Dior, I already know it's going to be high-end stuff. It's not even, don't even make sense.
$35,000.
Nah, bro.
Would you do that? Would you do it? No?
You hear what I said? Nah, bro. No, sir. No comprende.
No? Why do people do that?
On the shoulder bag, no.
I mean, you played in the NFL. These guys are.
That don't mean nothing.
No, listen. You know guys.
I shop at Walmart, man. Just because I was in the league, I'm still trying to.
Listen to that. Hear that squeak? Hear that squeak? So you'd pay $35,000 and it still needs WD-40.
Exactly. No. I value the dollar. Okay. my dollars, especially the dollars in my pocket.
Now, I think what this is it's just a funny little thing I want to throw in there to show
Man.
people about, get people talking.
$35 in dollar
35
book
grand for that
bag.
saddlebag. But I think what it is really, it's an introduction to their line of fashion that's coming out in pre-fall. They got clutches that are going to be that design. They got purses in
How
that
much a clutch
design.
gonna cost? That's my question.
Probably 5 to 10K.
Man, come on.
That's
man.
about what those
That's
go
a college scholarship.
I know,
That's a
I know.
college scholarship, man.
Oh,
That's
my
crazy.
darling.
So
I'm pretty sure that I'm not really good at this game.
that's okay, man.
I had fun though. This was a lot of fun.
So wrapping
This
up
was a
here,
lot of fun.
Real quick for the social tips here, we got kids taking advantage of parents, I say credit card accounts on peripherals, Xbox, PlayStation, things of that nature. He's gonna score here possibly.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. What? How are
quick
you so
tips.
fast? Come on,
It's
the
called Boost.
game
So
show's
as I'm
almost
saying,
over.
as
Let me
I'm
score.
playing, is parents go into the settings, read everything. There's parental settings that you could set on your Xbox, on your iPhone, on the family sharing program of Apple, and on Google phones as well. So do that, be thorough, and make sure the child doesn't have access to that. So wrapping up the show.
What are we doing next
So
week?
Lunar New Year.
What are we talking about? Sehebok, mani badaseo. Hanguk Korean. All my Korean friends out there, my wife, Sehebok, mani badaseo. Happy Lunar New Year to you all. Next year, what's on? Or next week, what's on tap,
Before
man?
next week, Black History Month as well, so celebrate, read up, get some game history, get on it as part of our nation here. But next week, we introducing Sleep Tight. We got to get a noob for that, have some fun with that. And my man Mitch,
our director.
he is going to be showing us some Kingdom Hearts. He knows the game like a pro. I'm not going to mess with that. It's
gonna be fun. He's gonna do a review.
He's going to help us with that, and we're going to talk about what's on Netflix.
We're going to Netflix. We're going to Bayport too. We're going to Bayport High School tomorrow. It's going to be a really cool show. We're going to do that's our showcase of the week next week. You're not going to want to miss that. Do the social club.
What's on Netflix, though, that we're going to talk about?
I don't. You put me on the. Oh, Ted. Oh, I know. You go ahead. Go ahead. Say it. Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Check him out. We're going to talk about it next week. So thank you for
lot
joining
of
us
great stuff.
tonight. Thank you, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Everybody
As always.
tuning in, asking questions. Thank you
We got
down
a lot.
there as well. And see you next Wednesday night.
See you next Wednesday.
Peace out.